Hey everyone, ready for an awesome adventure. When the mysterious figure was lowered, Lee dragged Sora into a nearby forest and hid behind a fallen tree. Just as the mysterious figure was heading towards the tree, a honk suddenly echoed from the road, causing him to wander off, and Royal Current's a sign he was gone. Lee and Sora sprinted through the forest, completely unaware of how long they had been running. When dawn broke, he thought time to check for passing cars, but when they reached the roadside, they found themselves back at square one with their car parked right next to them. Before Lee could even say a word, strange things happened again. They completely forgot everything that just took place. Lee hurriedly urged Sora to get in the car because time was ticking. But Sora thought Lee was just being annoying. So, they started a heated argument by the car, and in the end, an annoyed Sora stormed off. Lee was left utterly confused. Suddenly, he heard Sora scream. Just when Lee wanted to chase after her, the mysterious figure reappeared. By the time he opened his eyes, he realized he had been taken to a weird place, with his mouth covered and hands and feet tied. He could faintly hear a weak breathing nearby. When he opened his eyes, he found a barely conscious Sora right next to him. Turns out she was knocked out by the mysterious figure right after their and the kidnapper was just a stone's throw away near the campfire, seemingly enjoying a delicious meal of hounds. Lee signaled Sora to be quiet and surveyed their surroundings. Just as he turned his head, the mysterious figure was already right beside him, raising a stick as if to strike. At the critical moment, the old man they first encountered miraculously appeared out of nowhere like a magician. He knocked the mysterious figure out with one swing and freed the two. From the old man's words, they learned that this forest magnetic field was made. Once you step in, you're caught in a time loop, and your memories take a hike. Plus, the old man is just one of the lost souls trapped here. Everyone was brawling against each other. Over the years, the old man had tried countless ways to escape, but all in vain. But just yesterday, a mysterious sign popped up, and the old man thought it could be a sign, pun intended. But first, they need enough, maybe, just maybe, they could drive away again. But as he was speaking, the old man suddenly lost his memory and stared blankly at the two strangers beside him. The old man cautiously picked up a stick and found himself confronted by the suddenly grumpy old man before him. Lee and Sora were dumbfounded, worried he might attack. Lee grabbed Sora and bolted, running for what felt like ages on the road. They finally reached a corner where the old man wasn't chasing them anymore and dared to take a break. Sora carefully reflected on what she realized that the sign with funny patterns had some special powers. Stepping over it resets your memory. Just then, Lee heard a car coming from behind and recalled the old man's warning. He quickly led Sora to hide on the side of the road. Yet, when they looked up, another Sora stepped into the bushes. Lee looked at the Sora beside him, remembering yesterday. He told Sora to stay put while he went to check it out, and sure enough, he saw another version of himself waiting by the car. That's when he realized the shadow he saw yesterday was actually him. Remembering that he had been running through the forest all night made him hungrier than a bear before. He remembered spare gas in the car, picked up a pine cone, and tossed it out. This led the other Lee away, giving him the chance to grab the spare gas in the back seat. When he returned, he deliberately made strange noises in bushes. After using the restroom, Sora saw rustling trees. Thinking it was a carnivore, she dashed back to the car in panic. Seeing Sora flee, Lee finally understood. It turns out the monster Sora saw was actually him. They found the abandoned car on the other side of the road. Lee filled up the car with gas, prepped to take off, but barely did they get out when he witnessed a scene all too familiar. It was exactly what he experienced the night before. He saw another version of himself pinned down by the mysterious figure. It turned out he was staring at himself. Lee pressed the horn, luring the mysterious figure away, while the other version of them darted into the forest. Seeing the other Lee safe, he began to revert. They were driving backward for what felt like forever until they finally reached the sign the old man mentioned as the key to escape. But how on earth would they get out? Sora turned around and rummaged through the back seat, hoping to find some weapon for self-defense. Instead, she stumbled upon a few blue feathers and a dagger. The blue feathers suddenly reminded her of the mysterious figure's attire, and that dagger was the same one she saw earlier in the car. At that moment, Sora had a massive realization. The person attacking them might just be Lee, but why would he attack both of them? She recalled her previous fights with Lee and the time they spent apart. During that time, she had a secret fling with Lee's best friend. They later patched things up, but she was worried Lee would think she hadn't told him about it, and could this be Lee plotting her revenge? With that in mind, she picked up the dagger. She forced Lee to get out of the car, and seeing her flare up, Lee was momentarily stunned, trying to avert her from going overboard. He had to get out first, wanting to explain, but Sora ignored him. Just then, the mysterious figure appeared again. Seeing it approach, Lee had no choice but to bolt and dashed into the forest to hide. But Lee barely ran off when Sora, back in the car, started hallucinating. She thought she saw herself covered in blood lying on the seat, and it terrified her. She bolted out of the car, but was immediately captured by the mysterious figure the moment she stepped out. As she peered closely, she realized with a shock that it was another version of herself who was holding the dagger. She realized she misjudged Lee too late. Just as the other Sora was about to stab her, Lee burst onto the scene. He snatched the dagger and lunged forward, only to brutally take down the ambushing Sora. Just as Lee was about to check on Sora's injuries, another mysterious figure suddenly appeared. He was attacked from behind by the mysterious figure, and just when Lee thought this guy was also Sora, the figure pulled off their hood, revealing another Lee who seemed to dislike Sora immensely, and had ill intentions towards her.